What's up, guys? So on this particular video, we'll be discussing about Meghalaya in the month of December 2025, what you should be expecting in terms of the weather, the road condition, places that you should be visiting, what is the kind of budget that you need to have for Meghalaya in the month of December, and most of all, is it a good time to be going there? Now, starting off with the weather, December is a dry month and it's winter. It's the start of winter in Meghalaya. It's the start of serious winter, I would say. You'll expect the daytime temperature to be anywhere between, I would say, 8 to 20 degrees, depending on where you are. In places like Dauki, it'll be more closer to 20-21 degrees, while in places like Cherrapunji and Shillong, it'll be close to around 8 to 15 degrees. And this is the morning temperature. In the afternoon, you can add a couple of degrees here and there for the temperature to go up. The temperature in the night will drastically drop. You can expect it to drop to as low as 2 or 3 degrees in Shillong and in Cherrapunji. Tauki is the warmest place because it's along the plains of Bangladesh, so that's where you will get the most warmth on your entire trip to Meghalaya and Shillong. If you are someone who doesn't like cold weather, then the month of December is a month that you should avoid going to Meghalaya because it gets really, really cold. For all those who like cold weather, then the month of December is an excellent time to be going there. Just make sure you have a good jacket for the night because it will get really, really cold. For those who feel extremely cold and have already planned a trip, make sure that you have your gloves and your muffler along with your scarf because the cold is going to be unbearable in the night. You will not find a lot of hotels with heaters. It's pretty much unknown in this region. Most you will get is a room which is cozy and has warm blankets. If you have a sleeping bag, you can carry it. If you're the kind of person who feels extremely cold, a sleeping bag will come really handy. Now, when it comes to the road condition, the roads along the tourist circuit are extremely well made. So, no matter where you go in Meghalaya, the roads are extremely well made. There's just one road which is really bad. That is the road from Shillong till I would say Dauki. Most of the road is good, but after you take the left turn going towards Mauling, Nong Rivai, and Dauki, that's a very bad road. So it is better to take the Jawai road and reach Dauki and along the way visit Krangsuri Waterfalls and Fifi Falls. Stay the night in Dauki and then return via Mauling Nong by the unpaved road. This road is still under construction and will take maybe the entire year for it to be done. The entire year, when I'm saying I'm talking about 2026 because there's very light work going on this road. Now, when it comes to the rest of the roads, the rest of the roads are really well made. It's going to be a seamless experience while traveling along these roads. Just keep in mind one important thing that December is when the daylight is limited. So it's recommended that you start your journey as early as possible. I would personally recommend that you start your journey by 6:37 in the morning. This way, you have enough of time to visit all the sites that you want to see along the way and reach your destination before sundown. If you start your journey thinking that it is the rest of India where you can start easily by 9-10 o'clock in the morning, you're going to miss out on most of the sightseeing because the sun will start setting by 4:15, and by 5 o'clock it's going to be pitch dark in Meghalaya, and that's the biggest challenge when you're traveling around Meghalaya in the month of December. It's like you versus time. The reason I'm saying this is because the clock is, I would say, 2.5 hours different from what you would expect in the rest of India. So if you are starting your journey in the morning at 6, it is as good as starting at 8:30. If you're starting your journey in the morning at 9, it's as good as starting at around, I would say, 11:30, 12. So that's the kind of difference that you're going to experience. So to avoid making your entire journey a rush trip by starting late, start early, go to bed early, and that's the best formula to explore and experience Meghalaya because everything in Meghalaya will open by 7 o'clock in the morning. You can have breakfast even at 7 because the locals will wake up by around 5:30 in the morning. So 7 o'clock, like I said, is close to 9:30, 10. Everything will be prepared. Now, when it comes to the places that you should be visiting, by default, keep at least 2 nights or 3 nights for Shillong. Keep a minimum of 1 night for Dauki, and I would say another 2 or 3 nights for Cherrapunji. This is the bare minimum that you need to explore this entire state. It is a tiny state, but if you really want to soak in the experience, you need the time when you're going around. Now, everyone's favorite question is about waterfalls. Will they be active? Yes, the waterfalls will be active in the month of December. Krangsuri, Nokalika, Elephant Falls, and I would say Fifi will be really active. Seven Sisters Waterfall might have a little bit of water in the first half of December. By the second half, it might dry up. And you'll find waterfalls which have water in Cherrapunji, just that you'll have to ask the locals which is active and which is not. Now, when it comes to the double decker route bridge trek and the route and the single decker, remember the double decker is closed on Sundays. So when you're making your blueprint for the entire Meghalaya trip, make sure that you keep into account that it's not going to be open on a Sunday. So do not plan for a Sunday, plan for any other day other than Sunday. Now, Meghalaya is a state which is completely tourism driven. So, wherever you go, there is an entry fee. Even to go to the double decker route bridge after you finish the trek, there is a entry fee. So, make sure that you have petty small cash with you, ranging from 10 rupees to 200 rupees. What I would ideally suggest is if you're traveling in a small group, just make sure that you have at least, I would say, 1,000, 1,500 rupees in small notes of anywhere between 10, 20, 50, and hundreds, because that comes really, really handy. The reason it'll come handy is because it'll save you time for the locals who are going to then search for change to give you change back. Because in all these places, if even if GPay is accepted, but your network is not fine, it's going to be a headache, especially when you're going down into the valley for treks. Now, for the double decker route bridge trek, it is mandatory for you to take a guide. You'll find a guide for anywhere between 800 to 1,000 rupees, and it's a fixed cost. And the guide is really, really handy and useful to help you reach up and down, I would say, the down and up from the trek without any hassle. Now, when it comes to Dauki, the best way to experience Dauki is by going camping. And for Dauki, I would recommend you leave early, because the whole experience of Dauki is to reach there by around 10, 11 o'clock in the morning to 2 p.m. That is the best time to go there if you want to see the bottom of the river, pristine, clear, and crystal clear water. Do not go there after 4 o'clock in the afternoon, because it's going to be sunset, and the vibe is not going to be the same like what it will be in the morning as the timing that I've mentioned. Now, when it comes to network, remember Meghalaya has excellent cell phone network. You'll get Airtel and Geo 4G and 5G network all over, especially along the cities and in the villages. It's only when you go down into the valley that you will not have network, but the rest of the journey you will have excellent network. ATMs are easily available all over, but I will still recommend that you carry cash from your home city. At least withdraw 10,000, so you're not wasting time in any of these ATMs trying to pull out cash. Now, when it comes to what you should be packing, you should definitely pack a good pair of shoes, comfortable shoes with good grip. You should carry a 1 liter water bottle along with you. Carry clothes which are breathable and also at the same time warm. Carry a mix of cotton clothing, so that in the daytime when the sun comes out, you have clothes that you can breathe in. Along with this, just make sure that you have a good jacket, UV protective sunglasses, and insect repellent. All this will come really, really handy for your trip to Meghalaya. Now, when it comes to the budgeting, a 6 day trip will entirely depends purely on the number of people in your group and the kind of accommodation you're looking for. If you're looking for homestays, budget homestays will cost you anywhere between 2 to 2,500 for a night. This is for two people, and then Alto will cost you anywhere between, I would say, 2,500 to 3,500, depending on the number of days you hire the vehicle. An SUV will be anywhere between 5 to 7,000, depending on the kind of vehicle you're hiring. So your whole trip to Meghalaya should be done without your flights and with your food maybe in 20 to 25,000. Now remember, Meghalaya is a place which is predominantly a non-veg eating state. So for the vegetarians, especially in places like Cherrapunji and all of that, you'll just expect the very basic that I would say is veg thali. Veg food is easily available, but it's going to be very, very basic and modest in places like Cherrapunji and Nauki. In Shillong, you'll have plenty of options for the veg eaters. Now, if you're someone who's planning a trip to Meghalaya in the month of December and are confused about how to go about it, we do have trips happening. So you can enroll on these trips either solo or with a group. If you are looking to just seek information, then do not click on the link and WhatsApp our team. You can directly go to our website and you'll get all the information on our blogs, or you can go to the Meghalaya playlist. We've got plenty of videos related to Meghalaya. But if you're serious on booking a trip with Tlow, then you can click on the link and you can directly book. If you have any queries related to our trip on our fixed dates, you can directly WhatsApp our team from the number mentioned, and we'll guide you through the booking process. If you have any queries related to your own personal trip and you want assistance, you can either book a paid consultation or you can leave a comment in the comment section, and we'll be more than happy to reply to your comment or make a follow up video. Till our next video, stay